this week's new moon on Wednesday signals the beginning of the Lunar New Year. This year will be the year of the snake, taking over from the year of the dragon. A 15-day celebration will take place until the full snow moon signals the beginning of the Lantern Festival. Hundreds of millions of people in China travel to reunite with families for sightseeing during the festive period, making it the world's largest annual human migration. Now, for more on this, I'm joined by Dr. Hendrik Schultz, a General Manager for Public Health at International SOS and a health and security services firm. Thanks for joining me to talk about this today. Now, what are the biggest health risks associated with such mass migration?
Well, this last winter in the Northern Hemisphere has seen its normal outbreak of respiratory viruses all over the place: China, Singapore, Malaysia, India. And the good news, however, is that those numbers are rapidly declining as we near the end of the winter. So respiratory virus is certainly a risk that we need to be aware of. And of course, they're airborne, as we learned with COVID. Masking, especially in crowded areas, will therefore be an important mitigation factor. Then, of course, the overcrowding itself, delays in traveling. And so definitely important for people to stay well hydrated, carry water. Water may not be readily available, especially bottled water in crowded places, railway terminals, airports, and so forth. And then, of course, people love to eat out, try the street food while they're on holiday. So be careful and mindful of eating well-prepared food. And of course, those food stalls with the long queues is always a good indicator of good quality food. People talk about vaccinations to mitigate risks. The unfortunate thing is that vaccinations will take time, but certainly not really something to worry about too much now that we're in the traveling time.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of sort of lessons learned, I suppose, from the pandemic that can be put into place for situations such as this. Are there particular regions or areas that are particularly more prevalent to such concerns, though?
No, not really. It's pretty much around Asia. The three viruses we're talking about is respiratory syncytial virus, influenza, of course, and of course this human pneumomethavirus that we have been seeing for the last 15 years or so. And these are generally mild viruses causing upper respiratory infections in people, but for children, for the elderly, and the immunocompromised, to pay particular attention to mask wearing and personal hygiene, frequent hand washing, even just soap and water.
Yeah, those are certainly very good reminders, particularly mask wearing when you're visiting a lot of people or in crowded areas. Dr. Hendrik Schultz, thanks so much, General Manager for Public Health at International SOS, a health and security service firm.
Welcoming in the year of the snake as Lunar New Year begins in the capital. Now, tomorrow marks the start of Lunar New Year and welcoming the year of the snake. Many families across the capital will be gathering to share food and festivities, and you can get involved too. Wendy is on the South Bank tonight, where the celebrations are getting underway, and can tell us more, and a warning that there might be some flashing images coming up. Wendy.
Yes, because it's always a spectacular start to the celebrations of Chinese New Year here in London. So there was a gathered crowd and we were watching a dragon dance. Take a look at these pictures. As I say, yes, Alice said, there are some flashing images in this, as there were lots of photographers taking in this wonderful scene of dragons and lions dancing underneath a specially lit London Eye, which is glowing in red and gold this evening. And so starts celebrations for the Chinese New Year that don't just are just beginning today, and they're going to be carrying on throughout the next couple of weeks. Well, here to tell us a little bit more is Simon Tang from the London Chinatown Chinese Association. Welcome, and thank you for having us. Tell me some of the traditions that the Chinese communities are going to be observing as we get into Chinese New Year.
This is the start of the Chinese New Year. It's always great to be in London Eye for the dragon dancing, the lion dancing. Just kick off the Chinese New Year. The major celebration, the first of the Chinese New Year, is tomorrow. The actual celebrations in Chinatown is going to happen on Sunday, the main celebration in Trafalgar Square. We're going to get a street parade at 10 o'clock in the morning, going through Shaftesbury Avenue, Trafalgar Square. We've got the main stage in Trafalgar Square where you've got presenters, you've got dancers, you have celebrities, you've got all the culture. You'll have a multicultural stand in Leicester Square and another cultural activity in Dean Street. This year it's going to be lots of performances, lots of cultural performances, lion dancing, Chinese music, just so that everybody gets happy to greet the new year and be happy.
And it's a lovely opportunity for Londoners to learn more about Chinese culture, and also I think probably for the Chinese diaspora here to come together and be together at this time of year.
Yes, it's always great because it's always a family time. Today, the day before New Year's Eve, it's a family time. All the families will come together, we'll have a nice big meal to celebrate, to welcome the new year, the year of the snake, the wooden snake this year.
Wonderful. Well, that's brilliant to hear. Would you like to give your New Year's message to London now?
恭喜发财，恭喜发财，新年快乐！
Back to you, Alice.
Wendy, thank you.